Welcome to Thrifty Garage. In today's video, we're going to install this Fill-Rite pump I unboxed in a previous video. I took the time to configure the filter head prior to actually installing it on the tank. You can see here the configuration I ultimately decided on. I've got this extended to the length of the tank, from the bottom of the tank to the top of the bunghole on the top. And looking at titles on their website, on the YouTube channel, they said when you're cutting this pipe, cut it 2 inches shorter. So I'm going to slide this up 2 inches. So this bottom is 2 inches off the bottom of the tank, and we should be good to go. For assembly, I started with the pickup tube. First, I set my depth to sit 2 inches above the bottom of the tank. I carefully applied the pipe dope to the metal threads and threaded the pipe onto the base of the pump. After some additional research, I found it is critical to seal these threads to prevent air from entering the suction side of the pump, causing priming issues and overall reduced flow. I used a pipe wrench to fully tighten the threads. Next, I installed the pump into the tank. Since I had already bolted the tank to the truck, I had limited working space. I had to remove the on and off switch lever for the necessary clearance to spin on the pump. I used a pipe wrench to tighten the pump and move it into my desired position. For my application, I used a 4-inch nipple next. This gave me the necessary clearance for the filter. I opted not to use the 7-inch nipple provided simply because it elevated the filter higher than necessary. Next, I used a regular 90-degree elbow and a 2.5-inch nipple to move the filter head away from the pump body. I installed the filter head, ensuring the flow arrow was facing the correct direction. Lastly, I used a street elbow installed at a slight angle to send off the hose in my desired direction. I wanted to coil the hose between the tank and the bed. I used a pipe wrench to fully tighten the threads. I lightly lubed the filter O-ring prior to install. I installed the hose and filler nozzle. I reinstalled the on and off switch lever and installed the nozzle boot with the provided bolt. I finished tightening the nozzle onto the hose so it lined up with the boot. I installed the provided wiring harness and connected it to the battery, only adding a 30-amp fuse. For a more detailed look at that process, please check out my separate video. After the install, I filled up the tank. It took approximately 95 gallons and I spent $250. After the install, of course, I had to test it out. So I used it to fuel up this Bobcat skid steer. The hose length was perfect and the pump worked as intended. Well, thanks for watching this Thrifty Garage video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, comment, and subscribe.